So it seems that PayPal has decided to steal 30% of the ISOM 1 revenue, which is currently sitting at $3.1, almost $3.2 million. Holy shit. With only 61 days to go, this motherfucker is going places with 36,000 total purchasers. I've chucked my money into this. Stupidly, I decided to use PayPal because I'm international. It just makes things easier, and it allowed me to, spread the payment a bit. Money's a bit tight at the moment, but I want to support this project, mainly as a fuck you to the big comic book companies. But I'll let the man of the hour explain the entire situation himself.
30% of you guys, we have a lot of international people, about 30% of the funds in general that we got for the pre-order campaign so far have been for PayPal, or they use PayPal to get it. So I'm going to set the scene simple and plain. The reason I don't have access to it is because we came out the gate swinging. They flagged the account because they look at it like, hey, there's this new company. And even though this company has already had previous, like with PayPal, because of the other stuff we were doing, they saw the influx of a lot of money. They put it on hold. They want you to, of course, verify all of this various stuff. And we, of course, doing a pre-order, they have I'm not even going to call it stipulation because it's not actually that. They say, well, you need to provide basically, hey, this is real. This is a real thing and all of that. So what they did was they had a few different things that they needed me to provide for them. I did every last one of them. I provided them everything that they would have needed, the proof, all that stuff. I believe, sent them my actual copy of the book, like a digital one. So they responded saying through an email from their WeCare@PayPal.com, I believe it is. And they didn't give me anything to do. They just said, hey, we see that it may be a pre-order, and this is our policy. Go look at it. I'm like, okay, there's nothing for me to do. So I've been on the phone with them for the last about week and some change. I kept getting escalated to a supervisor who would say, hey, we're going to get it resolved in 24 to 48 hours because the people that actually resolve the dispute, you can't get on the phone with. So they have to put in some sort of recommendation or something and all this information. And then they'll decide, but, I had not been getting contacted back. And so the last gentleman that I spoke with right before I did this video pissed me off, by the way, because he was gaslighting me, basically saying, hey, this is not generally what we do, even though they have a policy specifically around pre-orders. And we know that's a lie. Many of you guys buy video games and all sorts of things that you don't get for 2 months. And those big mega corporations get access to that money, even though you use PayPal. So that's a lie. He knew it was a lie. It's just that he just didn't know how to fix the problem, and that's what he kind of ran with. So
that's what this breaks down to, really, at the end of the day, isn't it? New company, relatively new, comes out the gate swinging, as Mr. July here said. Banger looking comic. Now, I said before on this channel, I'm not really a comics guy. I've read your basic bitch stuff, Sandman, bit of Batman here and there, Superman not really, fair bit of Spider-Man, I can't tell you what it was, Wolverine comics, like Old Man Wolverine, I quite like. So, naturally, I'm not a big enthusiast into comics. However, I chucked my own money into this. Stupidly, like an absolute mongoloid, I used PayPal because I wanted to put my money where my mouth was. Because this is a campaign by Eric July, who I've been following for quite a while now, who has always said to have massive respect for the customer, to provide the customer with something they want. All the good shit, all the stuff they really want. So I decided, fuck it, I want to support this more than really anything. What I wanted to do, because I signed up for the pre-one, for the alert when it all went down, tried to get on, site wouldn't work. They got it all resolved. It was all fine. Problem is, at that point, he released it just as I was going down to London, so I didn't manage to get my hands on it, sadly. But nonetheless, I got back. worked my arse off for 2 weeks, and I managed to afford some. So this is essentially what went down for me on my end. And these motherfuckers over at PayPal decided, nah, we're not going to give you that. We're not going to give you 30% of all revenue from your, made, but like they're physically made. They're there. They're ready to be shipped. All the rest of it. But how PayPal have decided what? Because he's an independent, he's not allowed it. PayPal has thieved. They've thiefed. What's the past tense? Stolen. I know it's technically stolen, but I like the word thief. They've thiefed how much? Because it's in this video somewhere here. It is. No, it was just after I started. Literally just after I posted them. Fuck. So he's able to get his hands on 24 grand out of $1.2 million. That's a lot of scratch. I could buy at least 2 Warhammer kits for that. Fucking motherfuckers have decided just to steal it. They've stolen that. Part of that's mine, by the way. Like, part of that money there is mine. They've stolen part of my money. My money they've stolen. Oh, honestly, it's nowhere near as much as this. Obviously, it's nowhere near as much as this. Obviously, but they've stolen money that I gave to Eric. And anyone else who's gone through PayPal, they've stolen it. They've stolen it right out from under him for no goddamn reason, because they flagged it because he was getting tons of new revenue. But it's a company that has existed before. They've done things before with the Rippaverse. So it's not a new company issue. It's just that he was receiving too much money. He was making all the other big players look bad, and I can almost guarantee that there's numerous amounts of people who decided to flag this as suspicious. Oh, that's getting a bit conspiratorial maybe, but it would not surprise me. This is a bit of a shorter one. That's all I've been really doing lately because I've been busy as fuck. But let's be honest here. This is some of the most steaming piles of bullshit. And I so want there to just be a massive backlash against these motherfuckers. To the point, like, just flood. I'm going to see if I can't flood every single day at least one message to their Twitter account. Because let's be honest, it's the only way that things get resolved these days is through fucking Twitter. What hellscape we're living in. Now, I so desperately want so many people to just start fucking with them now. Because this is just unacceptable. Unacceptable extremists. Fuck you, PayPal. All hail the Rippaverse. And by some goddamn miracle, Rippa, you see this. Fucking stand with you on this. Jesus Christ, this is horrendous. See yous later.